Who's going to be first in? Oh, Sandra. Hiya. You all right? Hi, Jamie. Who else have we got stopping by? Let's see. Oh, Sandra. Did you say you was going to film the backside of the Ferris wheel? Hi, Ninja Man. You all right? Shane. Ivanhoe Escobar. Morning, Ryan. Yeah, as you can guess by the title, I will be doing an observation this evening. I do hope you all stop by to see it as I do it live. Yeah, because the argument from the ballers last year was that even though obviously I was seeing the mirror ball, they argued why weren't we seeing the illuminations, you know, that were clearly blocked out by the piers. But you know, hopefully you'll be able to show that, Sandra, because you'll be there. Yeah, it's the crap side, isn't it? I know. Weather looks good here today. Brilliant here, actually. It's the same as last year. I was telling people for about a week that I was going to go and do the observation when the illuminations started, and I was praying for good weather, and obviously I got good weather last year, and it looks like I've got good weather this year as well. So happy days. Happy days. How's the mic? Is it loud enough? Too loud? Not yet. Get the P1000 on the 6th or the 7th of this coming month. It's released on the 6th. Cool. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to be filming from anyway. I've just been working out a few calculations. So if you tune into tonight, I'm hoping to get there for around about 8:15. So by the time, because what we have to do, we have to go around the coast. It's an absolute nightmare to get in there. I mean, literally, I have to drive all the way up the M6, from all the way up here through over. Where is it? Down here, all the way around. It literally takes me I've driven it 3 times, and each time it's taken about 2.25 hours. So I'm hoping to get there for around about 8:15 or so. And then there's a little car park here. It's actually this house, and it's like the wilderness, you know, it's like a trail, and you can pay the people here to go around the trail. But it also has a car park, so I'm going to park in the car park and then cross over through the sand dunes, get to this place here, somewhere around here, this location, and then I'll be looking across at Blackpool then. And things to look for will be the Ferris wheel. So this is the Ferris wheel. Now, let's put it this way. If I see the Ferris wheel from there, this Ferris wheel here, it's game over. I mean, you shouldn't see that. I can literally have 15 feet of my own elevation above sea level, and still shouldn't be able to see this. So if I'm seeing it from 3 or 4 feet above sea level, and depending on obviously how much we're seeing of it, I assume we're going to see all of it. I did last year. Yeah, ball breaking stuff. Absolutely. Other things to look out for tonight will be obviously the big one, which is this thing here. Now we should see some of that. We should see the top of it, but we shouldn't see the back end of it for sure. And then obviously, depending on the conditions, etc., see whether we can see this mirror ball again, which is here. But I think tonight the main focus will be that Ferris wheel. I'm desperate to try and get that Ferris wheel this time around. Yeah. But unfortunately, on this side, apparently it's all lit up very brightly and it looks great. But from the other side, so when I'm looking at it from Barrow, it seems to have gone a bit cheapskatey on this side. So when we're looking at it from this side, typical, the way that I'm wanting to view it, apparently the lights aren't aren't that clever on it, but we'll just have to make do, I suppose. Just have to make do. Who else have we got in? Oh, Hyena, thanks for the thumbnail. Appreciate that. Last year, Barrow's side broke that night. Did it? So the side of Barrow, the one that I was trying to film, typical. No, I did see I could make out the shape of it in the image, and it is exactly in the exact same location. So I know I was seeing all of the Ferris wheel, but typical that the lights broke. Let's hope they don't break tonight. Who else have we got in? Let's see. Michael Cleary, the P1000 Big Gun. Yep, looking forward to getting my hands on that thing, I tell you. Flat Earth Audio, awesome. Nice to see you in. How am I recording the sound during your video shooting? Is through the camera, microphone, or the smartphone? It's the smartphone. And obviously I'll be recording on the camera, so on the P900, but that won't be filtering through into the live stream. Yeah, I bought a couple of chairs. What's the weather forecast for the location this evening? It's pretty good. I've got it up on here actually, weather forecast. So although it will be cloudy in Blackpool, the wind isn't too bad. 13, 11, I can deal with that. This is at 8 p.m, 9 p.m. It's not going to rain. Visibility 16 kilometers. So whenever we see 16 kilometers, it means it's pretty good. When it gets to 12 and 8, you know, weather's crap. But 16 plus is good enough for what I'm trying to do. So I've got no excuses, really. There really is no excuses. I'll just go back an hour. So there should be no excuses tonight for this. What are we looking at? 18, 19, 18, 17 degrees at 8 p.m. 13 kilometers an hour wind, which is pretty light for this area. Visibility 16 kilometers. So again, it's pretty much the same as, I would say it's not far off last year. I would say that maybe the wind is slightly stronger. I think last year it was only about 8 kilometers an hour. Now it's 13, but all in all, it shouldn't be too bad. So I'm going to get a wind break anyway to put near the camera. What else have we got? Yeah, she's already got a new channel. P900s has got a P1000 cool pics. I think I'm subscribed actually. I think I'm subscribed. Let's have a look. P1000 cool pics. Filter. Let's go to the channel. Maybe you can post your link to the P1000 channel that you have, Sandra. I'm going to take some comparison videos, see the difference in the P900 and the P1000. Yeah, well, because I won't have the P1000 until next week anyway. Yeah, there we go. P1000 cool pics. Yeah, so the P1000 isn't released till next week, so I'd have to go back and do another observation if I did that. Like I say, the main thing that I'm going for tonight is the Ferris wheel. That's it. I mean, that's the top and bottom of it. I mean, this is the Ferris wheel here, and you can see on the one side of it, it really is lit up brilliantly, you know, but this is which side is that actually? Oh no, that would be the side facing Barrow, I believe. Hang on. There's the yeah, that would be the side facing Barrow. If it was like that tonight, then hey, yeah, brilliant. Sandra, you've seen these illuminations this year from the big wheel. Is it like this? Can you tell me whether or not this is what I'm expecting to see? Right, is there really a need for any footage to prove flatness or curvature? Crow. Yes, of course there is, yeah. Because, and I'll tell you for why. This big wheel, if we go to the height of it and we just look at all, we've got the height here. It is 108 feet tall, right? The Ferris wheel to the very top of it is 108 feet. And we have the curvature calc 17. Let me just get the line measure, which would be this one. Properties. I'm going to go to measurements. It's 17.2 miles away. So tonight, when I'm viewing this Ferris wheel, the distance will be 17.2 miles. I'm just going to plug them into the curvature calc, just to show you. Calculator. So we're going to go 17.2 miles. So at an elevation of 6 feet, hidden will be 134. Now, bear in mind that the big wheel itself is only 108 feet tall, right? So straight away, 6 feet elevation. If we see it, boom, we're in. If I went to an elevation of 10 feet above sea level, 118 feet hidden. Let's go to an elevation of 15 feet, 103 feet hidden. So should only see the tiny tippy toppy of it from an elevation of 15 feet. So essentially it all comes down to how much of this this big wheel I will actually see. So let's have a look at it from this side here. So if I see half of it, let's say I see half of it and I see the top half moon shape, right? What does that tell you? Does that tell you that we live on a curve, or does that tell you that we live on a flat? You know, because I'm actually working on a video that's going to explain why things disappear from the bottom up. And anything that you see that doesn't conform to the ball Earth model, like if you saw half of this wheel, then you're believing that it's a hologram. Essentially, that's what you are believing, that this is being loomed up from beyond the curvature of the Earth. Now, last year, I saw down to the bottom of the wheel, right? Unfortunately, it wasn't lit up, but on my actual images, there was a big circle in exactly where it should be that had blocked out. You could see the difference. I could literally see the wheel where it would be. Not only did I see the mirror ball, which was obviously much lower than this and further away, so I was definitely seeing the Ferris wheel. But this is the plan tonight, to get it lit up, get some imagery of this. There can be no mistaking it then. So yeah, of course we need to do observations, because the ball model dictates that all water cannot be flat. You know, the water has to curve. It literally has to curve around the ball. And if you've got flat water, then that proves that water isn't curving, which proves it's flat. And that's why they cannot have observations over water. They cannot have it where you can see from one side to the other, complete flatness. That doesn't work on their model. That isn't how gravity works. It has to curve. So the fact that we see any of this from an observation height of, say, 10 feet above sea level, the fact that we would see any of it breaks that model apart right there and then, because the water isn't doing what it should do. The water should be curving. And you can talk about holograms all you like, because we all know that's just ridiculous. Have you ever seen somebody else being loomed up from the other side of a hill or anything like that? I mean, come on. Who else have we got in? John Watson, nice to see you in, mate. Fly Earth New Zealand, perfect. How are you doing? Blood is thicker than water, higher. Surface mirroring can result from angular resolution limitations. It's just an optical anomaly, but you all know that. Yes, I do. I might actually show you what I'm actually producing right now, where I'm up to with it. Let's see, mirages. So I had to redo these a few different times, but I'm actually part way through the video. I'm not going to show you the video part of it, but essentially I'm going to just walk you through some of these images and stuff. Actually, get off that image there and I'll show you some of the boat images, because you'll know instinctively if you've been seeing my work what you're going to be looking at with this kind of stuff. Let's have a look here. So there we go. You all know what this type of mirage is. You've seen it before. If the blue is the sky and the green is the water, and then we've got this mirage, but look how it makes it look like there's a mouth at the front. So if you think of shark boat, for instance, or barracuda boat, you know, this is the effect that we actually see. So the video is going to explain all of this, how it actually works, how we actually get through to this part. Here's a different one, you know, with lowering your observation height, you get a narrower field of view. So the mirage itself, the reflection back on itself, isn't quite as fat. It's narrower, more like this. And then obviously you've seen these before, these type of things, where it doesn't even look like a boat. You could literally look at it and you could say that was a, I don't know, clothes peg or something, because you wouldn't know. But essentially that is just the very top of the boat mirage down on itself, and it's all to do with the angle of incident, so to speak, how you know the viewing angle and the narrowness along the mirrored water layer. That's all it is, and I will be explaining that. Like I say, I need to nail this, because I can reference these type of effects that I'm showing you now with real world footage. So I have plenty of work that shows this exact effect here. And also, you know, when I've been doing the elevations, so I've been going down a step, down a step, down a step, and filming the boats, and you can see the change. You can note it. Well, I can use that as a base to formulate these you know, these results, and put a decent video together and back it up with not just words but actual real observations, and say this is what's happening, this is what we're seeing, this is why we're seeing it. You know, that the boats aren't going over the curve. The same with the turbines, but you know, some people just can't perspective. They just cannot perspective. It's not my fault, but I'm hoping to get through all this. And hi Anita, you all right? And try and put something together that people can understand, because I kind of understand through seeing it every day. You know, you get to understand what you're looking at. And if you don't live by the coast and see this sort of stuff all the time, or you don't have a P900, or you're not going out and doing these kind of observations, you don't know. You just see a smudge on the horizon, and you just, yeah, okay, what does that mean? Somebody's telling me it's flat. Well, I don't see it. But if you explain, you know, if you can explain it and put it concisely with real world observations, then hopefully people will start to understand it. Wide Awake video was great. Right, I haven't seen that yet. Who else have we got in? Let's see. Suggestions for housekeeping, any sign of Pete Shea? Do you know something? I actually like Pete Shea as a human being, and I like the, you know, the fact that he's kept at it on his channel, etc., etc. You know, he's not let the trolls get to him, but he's way off the mark if he thinks that you know, Patricia's a bloke, definitely. So I suppose it needed to happen yesterday. You know, Nathan and Pete get going at it. I think it was always going to happen. Right, if the wheel fully appears, then it's flat. If the wheel doesn't appear, then it's still flat, but the wheel is compressed. So observation should prove the globe. I'm not trying to prove the globe, Pro. You know, if you're a glober and you want to try and prove the globe, you think of some experiments that can prove the globe and start putting stuff out that proves the globe. I mean, there's plenty of housekeeping stuff that we talk about every day on Nathan's, and you know, if you if you can't answer some of them and put a video together that proves the globe, then, you know, that's what I would say. If you want to try and take apart the housekeeping stuff, fire away, mate. Be my guest. What are you saying? Will Smith isn't Obama? Come on. Do you really think Will Smith is Obama? Yeah, he's a bit out there, isn't he? I mean, you know, saying that nobody died on 9/11. Well, you know, I saw some people jump off the building. You know, what can I say? I mean, that wasn't CGI. That was real people jumping off a building. So, Arwin, hello. Nice to see you in. Nice to see that you've chilled out a little bit as well, which is good. The main issue with the globe is that modern instrumentation is showing it to be false. Yes, indeed. Indeed. And we were talking about it, I briefly talked about it yesterday, which was these star forts. I mean, if you guys haven't heard of star forts until recently, then you've got to ask why. You've got to literally ask yourself, well, how come we've never heard of star forts? Because we've heard of castles. You know, we get taught castles all the time. We see films with castles in, Robin Hood and all that. You know, castles, they're well known, but star forts, which there is as many star forts as there is, you know, as castles. FX Surfer, everyone is a spanner except me. Well, don't worry about it. If you're nice, you won't. You can fire away, talk all you want. Nobody's going to ban you unless you're a complete knob. So, all good. You never heard of star forts until you mentioned it, Randy. Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely blown me away. I mean, these things are ginormous. I mean, let's have a look, see if I can find some. Let's have a look. I'll have a look on this one here. Have a look. Just go to star forts. Star forts, and we'll look at some images. I mean, look at these. Look at this thing, right? Look at that. Look at this. That is a star fort. It's the size of a castle. It's literally, you could have a castle inside of that. And we've never been taught any of this. Look at this star fort here. Look at that. Look at this one. Look at this. How sensational is that? I mean, look at the design of it. Look at the design with the water running around it and land masses in between. And just look at that. How that is sensational. It's better than any castle I've ever seen in my life. Just this one image now. This star fort here is better, this one, than any castle I've ever seen. Right? We don't get taught about them. Why not? Here's another one. Look at this. I mean, just here's we've got another one. Look at this. Look at the design of this. We haven't been told about these. I mean, I've never even heard of them until about a year ago when Martin Leakley started talking about them. But I mean, I mean, you guys can just research it yourself. I mean, all the old maps all have these star forts on them. They're everywhere. And they're like the major trading routes, you know, along the trading routes. You know, ports and roads, you know, the major roads from city to city. These were the centers. These were where people were living and trading from, these star forts. You can see it in the old maps. Why aren't we taught about these? You know, what are they hiding from us? I mean, flat Earth, yeah, absolutely flat Earth. That's one of the things. But where these, you know, where's all the information from where these things, from where these forts are? Why have they been hidden? You know. I'd definitely ask. You know, you guys should perhaps look into that if you find them interesting, at least. You know. I mean, I know I find them interesting, and the old maps and stuff. They talk about harnessing electricity from or energy from the ether, which is why all those old buildings have spires on with, you know, with metal poles at the top, and the design of these star forts and everything were designed to harness these. I mean, it could be true. I mean, I know it sounds far fetched, but you know, why are we not taught about this anyway? Why aren't we just taught that these things existed in the first place? Why have they been kept a secret from us? And then you look at the maps and you see them working with, you know, essentially electricity, you know, 400 years ago. It blows your mind. It really does. What else have we got in? Rune. You called me. Okay. Bit of disagreement going on. Philip, what was the name of your wind farm photograph recently? It was really nice footage. Which one? Oh, you mean? Hang on. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Which video are you talking about? Are you talking about the one from Wales that I filmed? Let's have a look. They're not put a video out for that. Are those wind farms? Are you talking about down at the beach? I mean, which one are you talking about? Because I don't know which one you're talking about. Philip. Oh, the live one. Right, okay. Which ones was I filming? Right, I'll show you where it was. Right, let's just get my bearings. Find out where I am. There's a Norbrex, so it's past there. Past little Bisbee, down the road there. So, yeah, so come off there. So I think it was here from this one. It was either this step or this step. So I think it was this step. And I was sat on the step and I filmed through here. I filmed over here to these ones, which would be the west of Dudden Sands. So I was looking through the west of Dudden Sands, and then behind that I would have had Walney Phase 1. This is what I was filming on the live stream. This direction here, these ones. No worries, no worries. Yes, the Earth is still flat. Indeed, it hasn't become a ball. How high is the base of the wheel above the sea, Ranty? Well, I can show you the images. Let's look. Where's it gone back to now? Now, I measured this through a tape measure off the edge. So at the edge of the pier, not nearest to the actual seawall. I wonder if I can find you the image. It'll show it you. Where are we? Just looking for a wide shot of it. So at the end, well, hang on, I'll just do it from there. Right, essentially, you go along the pier. Come on. Why is it not? Refreshing. Oh, here we go. So there's the end of the pier there, far end. I threw it down onto the sands at the bottom, and I got a measurement of 26 feet. That's what I got as a measurement off the end there down to the sand. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be in that sort of region. If you said between 26 and 30 feet, just to be sure, give it 30 feet if you want. The tide tonight will be out, so that will put the elevation above sea level at, well, hang on just a minute, a 3 meter tide is back there, so be an extra meter on top. So the base of the wheel, the bottom of it, you know, where the floor is, will be 33 feet above sea level to the top of it, which is 108 feet. So it'll make a total of 141 feet above sea level to the very top. When I'm filming it tonight, with the sea being out to 2 meters, yeah, it'll put it as 141 feet to the top. Metabunk's curve calc 17.2. If I do an observation from 6 feet above sea level, hidden 134.4 feet. So if you look at the image, you should see next to nothing. Maybe like one light bulb at the top of it. So if we see one light bulb, it conforms to the ball. If we see more than one light bulb, if we see halfway or so, then fantastic. I have a very good feeling we're going to see the entire wheel. That's my feeling tonight, is we're going to see all of it. That's what I think we're going to see. And I can base that on the fact that I saw it last year. So, so I'm pretty confident of getting it again. Yeah, let's hope the weather holds off tonight. Yeah, definitely. Oh, look at this. We've got a troll in the house. Whee, 15 dislikes. It was at 11 and 1. So we've got a little troll coming in and keeps on his troll account. It's probably awake souls. What time is it happening? Well, I'm leaving here at 5:45, which basically means I'm hoping to get there for about 8:15. By the time I set up, it should be pretty much right on the 8:30 time. It takes about 10 minutes walking across. Believe it or not, it does take about 10 minutes walking across those sand dunes. It's just the way it is. Let's clear that off there. I'll show you where it is. Where are we? So yeah, so from the car park over the dunes, because it's quite difficult walking over sand. Let's get a measurement of how far that will be. So it's 0.23 of a mile, so nearly a quarter of a mile. So essentially, it's basically walking quarter of a mile over sand dunes, and it's quite difficult to do that over the sand dunes. It's not like walking on pavement. And I'll be carrying, what will I be carrying? My tripod P900, a measuring stick with a tape measure, a chair, a windbreak. Bloody hell, I'll be like a camel. I'll need a camel to go over there. If anyone's got a spare camel, I might need the camel tonight, because it's either that or do 2 trips of it, because there's quite a lot of stuff that I'll be carrying. See you later, hyena. See you later. I think Nathan's starting soon as well. He'll be starting in half an hour. And a fishing rod, I could do. I might as well. I might as well go go do a bit of fishing whilst I'm there. Never thought of that. I'll tell you what though, you know the P900, it just looks, you're just looking across the water, it's 18 miles away. In fact, yeah, it's not, well, it's 18 miles away to Barrow Town Hall, you know, and Devonshire Dock Hall, which is there, but just across the water, so from there to where I would normally film, it's about 13 miles or so, I think. So if I go down here to Cleveley, is just anywhere around here. Yeah, so it's about 13 and a half miles away. If I was driving that just in a straight line, it would take me, what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes total in 30 miles an hour, something like that. Instead of which, I've got to drive all the way around the coast, all the way around it. And it is a bit of a bitch to get there, to be honest. So let's just hope that firstly I can actually get a signal, because there isn't anything here that they should have a, you know, a coverage for, apart from there's the Walney Lighthouse, which is here. You got Walney Lighthouse, which is there, and then over here you've got this like visitors centre thing that you pay to go on the trail and walk around. So I mean, they might have some signal in the area, but that's it. That's all they've got. I mean, there's quite an expanse. If we look over here, this is the caravan site. So it's bare, you know. Let's just hope there's a signal, because even from the caravan site to there, it's 3/4 of a mile away. You know what signals can be like. Well, here's to hoping, eh? Here's to hoping that we can get a signal from there. I mean, if not, I don't know. If not, I'll probably still try and go live at some point. Might have to go to a different location. Maybe from here. Maybe from there, perhaps. Might be able to see it from there if I'm lucky. We've got a line of sight in case. Got a backup plan. It looks like it. Looks like I've got a line of sight from there. So that'll be a little further away as well. We'll just have to see whether or not we can get a signal. Right, Nathan. Nath. What time are you going live, bud? Half an hour? FPV Angel. Sucks too dumb to realise they don't count as views. Do 23 minutes. Who else have we got in? Jamie Brown. The camel would be the only hump you'd see. Definitely. There's no curving of water, not in this area. And I'm really confident that I'm going to see all of that big wheel tonight. I'm super confident. I've got a stick. Well, I've got a decorating pole that's about 12 feet when it's fully extended. So I'm going to run a tape measure down it and I'm going to stick it in the water. And then obviously I'm going to level up the camera with the horizon, and I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to around about, I don't know, 6 feet above sea level, maybe 8 feet above sea level, just so that I get a nice footing, because the sway, the tide will be coming in and out, and I don't want to be constantly running away from it. So I'm going to basically set myself up with me chair and the tripod and everything, get an accurate height above sea level, and then wait for the illuminations to come on. And when they come on, let's hope that the whole peninsula lights up like a Christmas tree. But don't expect to see anything in and around Blackpool Tower, because just the nature of these piers here, they block out the illumination lights. These buildings here are the same height as the illuminations, so effectively blocking out my field of view. I cannot see the illuminations for a portion of the town, but the rest of the town is all lit up, and I'll show you that tonight. Right, guys, I'm going to have a brew. I'm going to leave you to it. Nathan starts in just over 20 minutes, so I'll probably join on there. And thanks for all stopping by. Just thought I'd fill you in with a bit of the information that I'll be doing tonight, and hopefully you guys will tune in. Right, the wheel will already be alight before the switch on. Perfect. Well, let's hope so. Right, I'm going to leave you to it. And I'll see you all again, guys. Speak to you soon.